Teaching. My MacBook fall down. What's up guys, how's it going? So today's episode will be about the real estate photography and videography gig that I got recently, and I'm gonna show you process how everything look like. Okay guys, first thing that you should think about is actually the weather. Always check the weather before you even start photography gig. Before you even arrive to the location, it's always good to check the weather because you have to take pictures outside and inside, so you want to be sure that if you're taking picture outside, the weather will be good. Contact client, this is very important also, or contact broker or real estate agent to be 100% sure that someone is in the property, or if there's no one in the property, you need to have a key to the padlock. What kind of camera do you need? Well, you need full frame or APS-C, either way is fine. Just in effect you need minimum 60mm focal length. This is the number one thing. Of course, if you have a full frame you have a better ISO. If you have a Sony, probably you're gonna have a better autofocus, and white balance is pretty damn good in Sony. So well, yeah, overall any kind of camera, but focal length it has to be minimum 16mm, but I like 12 the best, but this is achievable with the Sony camera, for example, and lens 12 to 24 f4. Very good combo. Also what you need is tripod. Just be sure that you balance when you put the camera on the tripod. Balance this camera. Don't have this camera straight. You will have like a gyro data that will give you some information about you know, camera movement, and just keep it straight. So here you have guys the gear set that I have: A7IV 12 to 24, Ronin RS3. In the back I have also Mini 2, and this head, what I told you, this whole actually the whole like tripod with this head, SH705E from Sleek, and there is the MacBook to check the files. So this is how it look like. With the tripod, also remember that you can tighten the legs. You don't have to, you know, spread this tripod. And because of this, you, for example, if you want to put it into the corner, you're gonna lose a lot of like a wide shot. You know, tripods kind of take the whole space, so be just sure that you can, you know, tie those legs a little bit, then balance the camera on this tripod and start shooting. You always will have like a 1mm or 2mm, even more, if you just tie those legs. About the lighting, I don't use lights. Previously I was using lighting very often just to balance the colors. For example, if you have plenty of different kind of colors, sun, some kind of weird lights going on, tungsten, white lights and all that stuff, I was using lights to compensate everything and just have this nice one color light, so camera not freak out. So this is one use of the light, and second was when I'm still using this. In this case, when I'm going, for example, in the kind of dark spaces, then I have to use the light, but overall mostly I'm not using lights at all, but you have to have one. About the settings, white balance, old school is saying that white balance, mostly things should be manual. To be honest, with my Sony camera, white balance is amazing. So for example, if I'm recording video, I'm moving from one place to another place, camera automatically adjusts the white balance, and I don't have any problems. It's just, you know, immediate, no problem here. So I will use, depends on the camera, but for me I'm using automatics. With the focus, I'm using mostly auto because the Sony camera is very good, so I don't have to think about this. And yeah, the old school is saying manual, while I'm using auto, and it's pretty damn good. ISO for photography, mostly I'm keeping the lowest possible because, you know, camera will adjust the shutter speed itself, so it's good to keep it the lowest possible because you don't have a noise. Aperture mostly I keep around f8, but very often I'm stepping down to 7.1, 6.3, 5.6, even 4 if I want to do some kind of close-up shot. If something is nice, for example, a sculpture or kitchen is looking nice, Well, I'm just taking some close shot, and this is also has a nice contrast when people are watching property to see like a wide pictures, but also close-up shots of something that is looking very, very nice. Shutter speed, auto. That's it. So how to shoot the whole property? Mostly when you get into the room, you have to take each corner and you are using bracketing. So bracketing is a function in the camera that is taking few shots in different kind of exposition, and then you can blend it together in Lightroom and you're gonna have nice perfectly exposed image. I recommend take 5 shots, and I recommend also take it in RAW. I'm mostly taking JPEGs, but if you are a beginner, I recommend you to go with the RAW, especially with your APS-C or even smaller sensor. I will probably go RAW. But if you will learn it, because you know this is kind of process, real estate is kind of easy, but the other side is kind of complicated. And trust me, you're gonna see this in the real life that really this can be very, very complicated, and you will find the moments that you will have no idea what to do, what kind of like settings you should use. So what I recommend to shoot, of course each corner, but also do some kind of straight shots. You can do like a tilted shot. For example, if you go into the bathroom, it's very narrow, you can go down to show everything. Don't worry about this. Of course, always shoot corners if you can, and some straight shots. Now, good tip, if you have something like this bathroom with the shower and you have a mirror, you are taking one shot and you have covered. You don't have to take 2 shots, because you just move it a little bit in the mirror. You have visible the bathroom over here and the shower on the back. You see it? And after this, start using some kind of tilted shot. Just have variety of options here, and always overshoot. If you have 25 images, client, yeah, client, always overshoot, and remember to overshoot photography and video also, because you know you want to have more in a case if something's happened. And also very often like agent will reach to you and ask, hey dude, do you have whatever, hey dude, do you have more images, because I want them. And you just will say yes. You don't have to go over there. For example, he will want like 5-10 images, so you can just sell it, and yeah, you make a little bit more money maybe. Okay, we are getting to video service right now. So you have to replace your tripod to gimbal, balance this gimbal very well, so you know you don't want to have a shaky footage. And this is one of the worst thing actually you can do if gimbal is not balanced. And also the worst thing you can do is your bad movement. I have DJI RS3. I will show you, because it's here. So here you have a RS3. It's small, you can release the hand. Previous generation doesn't have it. You had integrated battery. This one is different. You can actually change the battery if something's happened. So it's very, very good. Previously I had a Zion, but Zion was a crap, and this one is ridiculously better. And also what this one have with the new generation, also you have this record button over here, so you can just connect wirelessly your camera to RS3, and yeah, you are good to go. Just balance this gimbal. When you are doing the movements, guys, have to be stable. So you cannot do like, you know, regular walking thing. You have to seriously bend your legs, and then you are doing nice movement towards or panning or whatever you are doing with this movement. You just have to be stable. It cannot be like up and down all the time. You don't need to have lights. Of course, I didn't mention this before, so I mentioned it right now. Turn on all lights, check the bulbs, all property lights. Everything what is like working, just turn this on. For how long is looking good. And for example, I always have bulbs with me. If I have to replace some kind of bulbs in the bathroom, yeah, it's happening. That's something I have to do this, because I have a 4 nice white light and 1 tungsten. Why? No one knows. So I have to replace one or all of them. Of course, I take in the bulbs back, but like just saying, right? I have to do this because it will mess up the whole shot. Settings: white balance automatic, the same like for photography. Autofocus also automatic. Weird, but really with the Sony camera I don't have to worry. For example, if I start panning from one room to another, or starting getting into the property from outside where it's mostly like a blue light, you're getting into the tungsten light, and camera will adjust automatically very quick. So I keep white balance automatic and autofocus in auto mode, right? Because it's just much more comfortable. I know that old school is saying use manual. Well, with new school, my school, with good camera like Sony A7IV, A7S3, A7R5 or A1 is just you know, pleasure to work, and you can go auto. Aperture mostly I keeping f8, the same like for photography, but I also stepping down to 5.6 very often, not f4, but f4 is also usable. Sometimes even was using 2.8, but only for very close shot, and if I want to emphasize something. To have this nice cinematic shot, I would recommend, you know, this all depends really on the property and what experience do you have. If you have no experience, stick with the highest one, f8, but if you have a little bit experience, if you want to have this cinematic nice move, I will go down to 5.6 or 6.3. So still you have everything sharp, but you have this nice smooth movement. Yeah. So now we're getting to how to shoot the video. So if you have camera and your gimbal is properly balanced, you are start doing movement. Mostly I'm just getting into the room, like you have a room over here, and for example plan to back up to one of the corners here or other side, mostly somewhere close. We're getting in right away, try to find the corner where I can back up. So I'm getting into the room, showing the whole room and backing up so I can, you know, show the like a wider shot of it. When I'm getting in to another room, from one room to another room, I'm doing the same thing. I'm showing the whole room and backing up to the edge of the room. So I shoot mostly each corner, but this really depends how long video should be. You at the beginning should record each corner so you have like a more footage to use in post-production. And when you are doing like each corner, that means panning, right? But don't do it this way exactly, like you are just moving your hand left and right. Just do natural like body flow. So of course move it over here too, but use the whole body to show the room. It is important to be very stable when you are doing this, and when you are finishing the movement, give this a little extra move at the end so you don't have this, you know, jittery stop right away. So this is kind of, you know, shaky thing. You don't want that. Just be smooth with this movement. And that's basically it. You can do some kind of close-up, you can do like a two-step forward, like a straight shot or back up, or you can reverse this later in a post-production. That's really up to you, but mostly that's it. Moving into the room and just panning, showing the whole room, and also panning inside of the room from one side to another. That's basically it. Of course, I'm doing some kind of other movements, but probably you're gonna figure it out by yourself when you will be at the property. But I say also the straight shot, just straight shot is just unbelievable. Really, if you're mixing those three, like panning into the movement, panning in each corner, and also like straight shot, will be more than enough. You don't have to do anything else. Of course, I'm doing like details, some medium shots, close-ups, if something is nice, but you just have to get the experience with this. But try it, of course. Take not like everything, like 5-6 shots from the whole property will be more than enough. And that's basically it, I think. If you have any questions, just ask down below. And that's it. Like and subscribe. Stay with me. Links down below if you want to support me. And I will see you in the next one. I hope you like it. I keep it short. 9 minutes. Good. Previous was only 2. So we are getting there. My goal is to reach like 7-8 minutes max after editing. So I hope it's gonna happen with this one. And yeah. We will forget. No, I'm not saying that you have to buy a Mac, but you can click link down below and buy one. But overall, you have to have computer. any kind of MacBook, whatever you have, laptop, not like a whole PC, gaming PC with you with 48 screen monitor. No, just MacBook, and you have to check the footage after you shoot the whole property at the location, not at home, not later, after you shoot the footage, photography and video. Check this. This one actually has the SD card input, so I'm covered. The 2020 didn't have it, and also I have right now both new MacBooks, so I'm gonna do review. But overall, this new one also have input, and this is very important because you wanna put the card in and check all files, and you have to check all files. Trust me guys, you have to check files, because sometimes happen that something turned out very badly and you have to reshoot it because you don't want to go back. Okay, that's it guys. Like and subscribe, stay with me, links down below if you want to support me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Like and subscribe.